Hello, dental speaker. We talk about the importance of harvesting leads from our different marketing efforts, including our speeches, from our audience members, from the articles we write, our social media efforts. It's really important to be able to harvest email addresses and contact information so that we can be able to stay in touch with those that are interested in hearing more and those with whom our message resonates. And one of the really wonderful ways to do this is with text to join. For many of you have been through my Transform My Business workshop, and we talk a little bit about that there, how you could utilize a service where your audience members can, during your presentation, reach down to their phones and text their email address to you and then receive an email. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So for instance, if you were doing this in your meeting, you might have a slide that looks like this. So in this example, I'm giving away a copy of my actual hard copy book, but I'm going to give it to them digitally as an ebook. It's a PDF that I have uploaded through my website, and it has its own URL because it's now online. And so it makes it easy to give it away because it's digital. So my PowerPoint slide would look something like this. At the appropriate time in the presentation, we would say, request your copy. And if they would like, they can do it the old-fashioned way by emailing me, or they could text this word to the number 22828. And that's how we have been doing it. And let me show you what they receive. When all of that goes through, they then receive an email that looks like this. It shows me at the top. They recognize that's the speaker at the front of the room. Thank you for joining us. And then it goes into some of the programs that we offer. So it gives me a chance to market while we're in the room without marketing in the room. And so they can see we have group coaching, and we have the workshop I just mentioned, Transform My Business. And then when we get down in here, oh yes, we have an annual meeting as well. And then we get down far enough, we find the book. Download your copy today. And here is the link where they can download a copy of the book, but also I've given them a presentation to watch around this topic and a little bit more about me, the expert. This is what we call a welcome email. So I suggest that you utilize a welcome email with your email platform, whether that's Kajabi, MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, Constant Contact, whatever you're using for an email platform. You should have the ability to modify the look of that first email that goes out as soon as someone signs up for your list. It's just an automatic process. All email platforms are going to have something that says thank you for signing up. And you should be able to go in and modify it like what I just showed you with pictures and links, and be able to really make it work for you. Now, we have been doing this for several years. So we've been using this format, and many of you, as those who've been through my workshop or clients I've worked with, are also using text to join. Well, I was a little bit heartbroken when I learned that Constant Contact was no longer able to offer that. As of March 31st, they are no longer able to offer the text to join because it is no longer compliant with mobile carriers, because of the shared short codes, and it has something to do with spamming. So regardless, they are going to be actively working to replace their text to join feature with a new feature through their SMS offering. But in the meantime, what can we do? So in the meantime, those of you who are using the text to join right now, I wanted to be sure and bring this message to you so that you can make it the change. Otherwise, you're going to be in your presentation and it will stop working. So what we want to do is find a good alternative. Well, there's a really easy alternative, and I just wanted to walk you through some of this today. It's going to boil down to short codes. Let me share my screen with you again. I'm sorry, short codes, QR codes. QR codes. So in the older way of doing this, we would say text my word, the dental speaker, no spaces, and you all have a word if you're using this to the 22828, sent them to Constant Contact. Well, here's the easy way. Just make yourself a QR code. You can do this at Canva. It's included when you go into Canva, go into the apps, go to the QR code generator. It's super simple. All you do is give it the URL that you want to link to. You could try that now. As you watch this video, you could take your phone and hover with your camera, and you'll be able to, it'll pop up the link and you click it and it's going to take you to my new intake form. So let me show you that. I've got that here for you. So this is where it will take you when you click that QR code. Now you're noticing that I'm telling them here you'll receive an email shortly, which will include a link to the ebook. The reason for that is because I offer on my website this same landing page intake form. So if you're on my website and you either come to the bottom or this scrolls out at some point, like 5 seconds in, if you haven't come to the bottom, and you click yes to download, it will take you to a form like this. I'm technically, if you try that, you're going to see it looks a little different. I'm technically using an older legacy form right there, right now with Constant Contact that looks more like this. Functions the same. So this is the older form. This is their new form as they're evolving. So where do you go in Constant Contact to modify this? That's going to be the big question, right? So what we know so far is that you want to take away your text to join out of your slides and out of your thought process for the moment. And instead, we're going to move into QR codes, which will do the same thing. And it's actually probably easier for your audience member. So you can go to Canva or any other QR code generator. You're going to link up the URL. Now, let me show you where you get that. In Constant Contact, you're going to sign in and you're going to come up in the menu here to sign up forms. You'll see that here at the top, the 4th menu item. So you go to sign up forms and you'll have different options. So I've been with Constant Contact for 20 years. I've got maybe some options you may not, because I have some older legacy offerings, but you for sure will have the landing pages. And that's what you're going to want to do, is create a landing page. Let me show you what happens here. When we go into edit, you have just 4 or 5 things that you can edit here. It makes it really easy. So the first is this lead generation page. You're going to recognize that as the same page that I just showed you, where we can modify our wording. Let me show you over here on the left. You just click open lead generation page. I uploaded a logo. I gave it a headline, which you see here. I gave it in the description. I gave them some information. And then further in our options here, we're going to identify the rest of these fields. So let's go back. The next was the thank you page. This is what pops up after they give you the email address. And so I've modified my wording. You can type and add your wording here. You can add a button if you like. You don't have to have a button, but you can see here what I've given them as a thank you. And then the design portion, really easy. The color for the background. If you want, you could put an image in the background. I think it makes it kind of busy, so I don't use one. You're going to change your inner. You can change all of your fonts, colors, all of that. Pretty straightforward, pretty common. Contact fields. You can make anything you would like in your, with the fields you're using, you can make any of those required. Well, actually, that's not true. You can just make these first 3 required. For me, I just care that I get the email address. I don't really track the name or first or last name. I have my contacts all held in a different technological platform. So I'm not really using this as a CRM. I'm just using it more for email marketing. But you can add any of these forms that you'd like to, or fields that you'd like to ask them for the form. And then the last piece is the settings. This is where do you want it to go? When you click it up, you'll see all of your lists. General interest is where I would suggest you send people who are just randomly, coming onto your list from your website and from your audiences, though you might want to specify a specific tag for your list or something like that. You can play with it on your end with the email marketing part of this, but ultimately you are also able to customize your URL. Customize the URL if you'd like. You don't have to do that. I did. That's really all it is. And then once you activate it, let me just hop out of here. We'll activate our changes. And then when you come back here to the sign up form page again, you are going to click on the 3 dots, and then you are going to, I'm sorry. You're going to grab your URL right here. So this URL is the link that I used in Canva when I created my QR code. And so when someone clicks on this QR code, it's going to take them to that page, which was this page right here, and they're going to sign up, and that's going to generate a couple of things. It's going to put their email address in my general interest list. So now I'll be able to market to that person. And the other thing is it's going to push out an email to them, which ultimately gives them the ebook and more information about your programs and your services. I think technology is a beautiful thing when we know what our options are and how to use it. This is not a hard process. Happy to answer questions if you have questions or any challenges converting your text to join into the QR code method. In the meantime, Constant Contact is working on their features, and who knows, we might like this so much that we don't need to use a text version. That's what I wanted to share with you this month. I wanted to send my best wishes to you all. I look forward to seeing hundreds of you, at least 150 of you in about a month at Weevolution. There's still a handful of spots available. Of course, Weevolution is our annual meeting for speakers and consultants, and we have 2 days, May 5th and 6th. You can learn more at dentalspeakerinstitute.com. It is it's a meeting where speakers go to pick up their skills, kick them up a couple levels, a couple notches, become a better speaker, become a better thought leader, working with our content, working with our presentation skills, and learning some business strategies and skills as well. A lot of networking goes on at Weevolution, and we do have just a handful of spots available there, so it's not too late, but don't wait too late or it will be. And we'll be having that meeting here in Phoenix, May 5th and 6th. So I would love to see you all there. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to reach out. If you have a question, just ask me. Shoot off an email, info@thedentalspeaker.com. I'd be happy to answer your question in a future newsletter. And until next time, be well.